This is Yankees baseball on My Nine.
Beautiful day here in New York City. Fans filing into Yankee Stadium, and I'll get a chance to see Nick Swisher. He tested out his Charlie horse that made him miss the last two games, and he is in the lineup tonight. As My Nine presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Atlanta Braves in the middle game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with John Flaherty and Ken Singleton. I'm Michael Kay. Another day, another win for the Yankees. They've won 10 in a row, all 10 against teams with an over 500 record. And they've used one very solid formula. They get good pitching, they usually get power, and yesterday they actually had a clutch hitting as well.
They did. Let's go with the pitching first. CC Sabathia was outstanding, picking up his 9th win of the year. We don't have time to show you all 10 of his strikeouts, just 2. McCann looking, Hayward swinging. CC comes away with win number 9 on the season. He did get some hitting help from the captain, Derek Jeter. In the 5th inning with the bases loaded, a single through the middle, scores 2 runs. The Yankees took the lead for good. Then in the 7th inning, Jeter with another run-scoring hit. Chris Stewart's going to score. Yankees were up 5-2 at that point, went on the win 6-2 last night.
All right, tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway miles per gallon. Tim Hudson will go for the Braves 4-3 with a 3.90, and Hiroki Kuroda goes for the Yankees 6-6 with a 3.43 ERA. And John, Kuroda's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this month.
Well, just like the Yankees, Kuroda is hot lately. Beat the Mets 2 starts ago in his last outing against the Braves. Had a nice mix of off-speed pitches, a good slider, and he's able to dial up that fastball to beat some of these lefties inside. Right now, Kuroda seems like he is on a run, just like the Yankees, looking to continue that tonight.
Yankees are trying to make it 11 in a row. So far 10 in a row, and they've looked impressive doing it. But let's hear from the manager. Joe Girardi will tell us in a moment what's happening. Why are they keep winning? Been the hottest team in the majors. 10-game winning streak, the first time they've done that since May 2005. All of the wins have come against teams over 500. That ties a major league record. Since 1900, only 7 other teams have done it. The longest streak in the majors this season, the second longest, the White Sox 9 straight. And the last time the Yankees had an 11-game streak, if you want to look ahead, 1985, they did that. Joe Girardi was asked today, how do you put together a streak like this?
And it really has to go right almost every night with your starting pitcher, basically. And that's not always going to happen because you can't expect them always to have their great stuff. But for the most part, even when they haven't had it, they've found ways to shut down other teams. Also, there has to be a lot of timely hits. We had some yesterday. You look at Russell's, and then Jeet's 2-out hit, and then we get a home run, then we get another 2-out hit. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that have to go right, but it really starts with your starting pitcher.
And the starter tonight is Hiroki Kuroda, who's been pitching great. Yep, the city is gripped by Yankee fever. 10 in a row. Lineups. First pitch baseball next on My 9. Powered by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Atlantic City, do anything, do everything, do AC. And by Verizon Fios, introducing Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. Across the street at Heritage Field, kids dreaming about getting inside to Yankee Stadium. The Yankees are there. They've taken the field. Kuroda taking his warm-ups, and this is the Atlanta Braves starting lineup he's going to face. Brought to you by Chase. Deposit checks from your smartphone with Chase Quick Deposit. Take a step forward, and chase what matters. Michael Bourne in center field leads off. Batting second and playing left field, Martin Prado. Ryan McCann, the catcher, will hit third. Cleaning up second baseman, Dan Uggla. Freddie Freeman at first base will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing third base, Chipper Jones. Jason Hayward in right field is going to bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. And Eric Hinsky, the DH, will bat ninth.
Well, that lineup for the Atlanta Braves will face right-hander Hiroki Kuroda. He's on a pretty good run lately. We'll take a look at his numbers. Even at 6-6, an ERA of 3.43, only 80 hits and 81 in the third innings. Take a look at our New York Yankee pitcher scouting report, which is brought to you by Honda. Visit your Honda dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. Looking to stay hot, just like the Yankees. Kuroda 3-0 over his last 4 starts. He's eliminated the cutter, which has been good news for him, and he gets the big outs, runners in scoring position.
Let's do it here at the stadium. The first pitch is a strike, and we're underway.
Those big outs are runners in scoring position. Opponents are only 3 for 27 his last 5 starts, a batting average 111.
Swung on and missed, the count 0-2. Bourne started yesterday's game off with a triple, scored on a ground ball, so that promptly put the Braves up 1-0, but the Yankees came back. The 0-2. 1-2.
Yankee fans remember Kuroda's start against Atlanta. Down in Atlanta, turn of field. Struck out a season-high 8 Atlanta Braves that day.
And one tonight as Bourne goes down swinging. That's what he did on June 13th. 6 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts through 110 pitches. That's why it was only 6 innings.
Talking to Joe Girardi today about Kuroda and why he's been better and on a good run. He said he eliminated the cutter in on lefties, making too many mistakes early on with that pitch, and it kind of reminded me of Phil Hughes. Both the same style of pitcher, eliminating a pitch, and the results have been better.
Here's Martin Prado, and there's a strike. Greg Gibson is the home plate umpire. He's in good voice tonight. Previous 2, 0-2. Close to 9. Last 4, 3-0, 1.29. Right to Cano. Gets Prado for the second out. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by the all-new Lexus RXF Sport. Summer's going to really hit tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-90s. Have an afternoon game here at the stadium. 1 o'clock matinee.
Sounds like no tie to me.
Strike to Brian McCann. Count 1-1.
You know, another thing about Kuroda, I don't know if John agrees with me or not, or Michael, that the fact is that it seems to me he's picked up the pace. He's working much quicker. I know he has a tendency to slow down when men get on base, but he's in the attack mode.
1-2.
Kenny, I think you're seeing a pitcher who's kind of figured it out after maybe a little bit of a slow start, and because of that, everything falling into place. On the same page with Russell Martin.
Fly ball, left center. Ibanez and Granderson. Ibanez makes the call and the catch for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. Braves nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a fresh brewed premium roast coffee from McDonald's, any size, just $1. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, leads off, batting second, and playing center field, Curtis Granderson. Alex Rodriguez said he at DH will hit third. Cleaning up second baseman Robinson Cano. Mark Teixeira's at first base, he'll bat fifth. Batting sixth in an 0-for-15 slide, the left fielder Raul Ibanez. Nick Swisher back in the lineup, missed the last 2 with a Charlie horse. He'll play right field, bat seventh. Batting eighth, playing third base, Eric Chavez, and Russell Martin will catch, and he'll bat ninth.
The lineup for the New York Yankees will have their hands full against right-hander veteran Tim Hudson. Take a look at his numbers on the year. He's a tough customer, 4-3. The ERA under 4, only 55 hits in 60 innings. We'll take a look at our Atlanta Braves pitcher scouting report, which is brought to you by Lincoln. Trade up to luxury during the Lincoln Exchange sales event. And he's pretty much a sinker slider guy, and the reason that he is successful is he keeps the ball in the ballpark. Only 2 home runs in 60 innings this year, and he also does a great job with leadoff hitters leading off innings, only an on-base percentage of .213. So does a nice job of setting up his inning by getting the first out.
Yankees have been the shining light of baseball over the last month. They have just dominated the month of June and dominated interleague play. Derek Jeter will lead off against Tim Hudson. And the count 1-0.
Flash, you mentioned his ability to keep the ball in the park, only 2 home runs allowed. That's very, very strong. Although, in the start against the Yankees, it was a home run that beat him. After the Braves had taken a 2-1 lead on a home run by Brian McCann, the Yankees came back in the next inning. Single by Jeter and a home run by Granderson. And it was a well played game. 3-2. The Yankees won it in Atlanta. Kuroda against Hudson.
Well, you see the pitches to Derek Jeter from Hudson. Everything moving and usually moving down. Obviously tough to get some elevation, get the ball out of the ballpark.
New York Yankees baseball broadcast in Spanish. It's available by hitting the SAP button on your TV. SAP is brought to you by Toyota. When you choose Toyota, you get a lot for less. Toyota. Last night's game was the third this season in which Derek was 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. And the reason I mention that is all other Yankees have combined to do it just twice, Teixeira and Nunez. And he's done it 3 times.
Right there you see the example of the hard sinking fastball that Hudson throws. Maybe he doesn't throw as hard as he used to. Former 20-game winner with the Oakland A's back in 2000. But certainly you can see the movement on the ball, and what Flash is talking about. It's hard to get the ball in the air against him when he's got the ball around thigh high or knee high.
Count 3-2, so Jeter's working full.
You know, it's such a luxury if you're Brian McCann behind the plate too. I mean, when you're in doubt, you go to that sinking fastball, take your chances with a ground ball.
Even so, with all the good sinkage on his pitches, Hudson's just 1-4 against the Yankees during the loss last week.
The 3-2. So a 9-pitch at bat to this point. Anderson is seeing Hudson's entire arsenal. And he worked the walk. Look at Hudson. He had 92 wins with Oakland. He has 93 with Atlanta. And over the last 70 years, only 3 pitchers have done that. Hudson, Randy Johnson did it with Seattle and Arizona. And Mike Mussina with the Orioles and the Yankees. 90-plus wins and a 600-win percentage.
Good friend Mike Mussina on that list.
Moose. Of course, the pitcher that you caught, Randy Johnson. Your good friend.
Good buddy.
Yeah.
Granderson hit a home run off Hudson last week in Atlanta. And that was the 200th home run that Hudson had ever allowed.
Home run also gave him his 100th career loss in the major leagues.
Symmetrical.
Yeah.
200 leads to 100. Count 2-0. Let's check out the league leaders. Brought to you by Ford, your Tri-State Ford dealer. Show you that Dunn has 23, Hamilton 22, Granderson 21, Bautista 20.
That's going to be a good race because some of these guys are hitting. Dunn just started right from the beginning of the season, started hitting home runs. Same with Hamilton, who got really hot for 1 week. What he hit 8 in 1 week. Granderson's been kind of steady, and Bautista's been heating up lately.
Yeah, he started off slow, right?
Yeah, he did. Now he's starting to come on. He's taking them like those vitamins. It's one a day.
2-2.
This is what we're talking about last week. The Yankees were down 2-1 into this swing. And that made it 3-2 Yankees, and that lead held up. The bullpen was outstanding.
Swing and a miss. Anderson down on strikes.
It's interesting. We just saw the home run on a slider that was up in the zone. Hudson makes a nice adjustment here. This one down middle. Good pitch.
Speaking of the bullpen, Boone Logan, Cody Epley, and Rafael Soriano all went a scoreless inning. And the 3-2 score held up for the Yankees.
Here's Alex. Good numbers lifetime against Hudson. 15 for 42, 3 home runs. So 357 average. He fouls that back. Just underway here at the stadium. Yankees and the Braves.
A-Rod has done his best hitting at Yankee Stadium this year. He's over 300 here at the stadium.
Saw that stat. One of 4 right-handed hitters with 3 career home runs against Tim Hudson. The other one's Pujols, Soriano, Alfonso, and Jason Worth.
You know, it's so hard to do when you're a right-handed hitter facing Hudson, and you know that sinker's coming in. It's coming down and in hard on your hands, and you want to try to pull it and get the bat head out, but you almost fall right into what Hudson wants you to do. Get jammed, hit a ground ball to the left side. You have to force yourself to stay right back up the middle. If you're quick enough, you're going to center it the right way and really drive it, but if you try to pull it from the outset, you're going to roll right over and get jammed.
Ground ball to third or short.
Yep. That's where being a switch hitter was a big advantage, huh, Kenny?
You can kind of roll with the punches. A good sinker, you could hit the other way.
Yeah.
Strike 3. A-Rod down looking. He did not love that call.
It looked like a split finger that acted like a sinker, but it was about 81 miles an hour. Supposed to go down middle, maybe down away. It ends up inside. Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, first questionable call of the evening. We talked a lot about the sinker, and Hudson will throw a split. He'll roll a curveball for a get-me-over strike, and he has a slider.
Here's Cano. Clean up. Jeter's on first with 2 outs.
Cano was out here earlier today working on his screen drill with Kevin Long. He was so impressive. I mean, he hit 5 or 6 in a row into the seats. I was up here trying to do some early work, and I'm just watching him go crack, gone, you know, just one after the other. Very quick with his hands. There we go. There's the screen drill. You can see the screen in the middle of the, just on the outside corner of the home plate. Work on pulling the ball, and those last 2 they went in the seats. Maybe another one here. Nope.
Grounded softly to second. Ugla will make the play, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. No score. Dan Ugla will lead off the second. Toyota. Who do you think is baseball's greatest living legend? Is it A, Hank Aaron, B, Yogi Berra, C, Willie Mays, or D, Stan Musial? Text ABC or D to 70377 or go to my9tv.com. Find out the results right after the game. It's Take on Russ, brought to you by Toyota. 4 pretty good choices there.
You might get 4 different choices in 4 different parts of the country.
Dan Uggla takes low, leading off the second inning. Uggla 4 hits in 20 at-bats, lifetime against Kuroda. In the second inning, there's no score. Scoreboard brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com.
You mentioned that, what is it, 4 for 20 against Kuroda? So that's not very good. You can see the first and second base Major League history with 5 seasons of 30-plus home runs, but he's also 1 for his last 18 and 4 for 28. So there's a lot of numbers that aren't going in Uggla's favor right now. He's struggling, and he's facing a pitcher that he hasn't hit well against.
The pitcher who's hot right there, a 2-1 slider for a strike to even up the count. Good pitch.
Strike 3. Uggla down looking.
So he was ahead on the count, 2-1, which usually means you're going to get something decent to hit, but a little cutter, a little slider.
Backed up a little bit.
It wasn't where Kuroda wanted it, but he gets the desired effect by picking up call strike 3.
Here's Freddie Freeman. He serves one into left center field, but there is Ibanez. He'll make the play for the second out.
Well, we talked about it last night. The Atlanta Braves against CC Sabathia were very aggressive early in the count. And that enabled CC to throw a complete game, keep that pitch count under control. Again tonight, 16 pitches early on with 2 outs in the second for Kuroda.
Chipper 0 for his last 11. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Barring a matchup in the World Series, this is Chipper Jones' first and last trip to the new Yankee Stadium. He's retiring at the end of the year, and he's retired right there to end a 1-2-3 inning. 6 up, 6 down. Mark Teixeira will lead off the bottom of the second. 9 and Fox 5 have your ticket. The Bombers swept the Amazons at home in the first series. Now they look to sweep them right out of Queens. Yankees Mets Subway Series. Game 1 Friday night at 7 here on My 9. Game 2 Saturday night at 7 on Fox 5. Should be a great weekend.
That R.A. Dickey. Talk about a hot pitcher.
It'll be R.A. Dickey against CC Sabathia on Sunday. Pretty good matchup. Teixeira fouls that off, count 0-2.
Sure hit a home run here last night, batting right-handed. Got 12 home runs now in the year, but the thing about it, as well as he's hit at Yankee Stadium in his first 3 years of the Yankees, 8 of his 12 home runs this year are on the road.
See no score on the Kia scoreboard. Count 1-2. Mentioned R.A. Dickey, who pitched his second straight one-hit complete game. First time that's been done in the majors in 24 years. And it's a fascinating story. When he was drafted and signed by the Texas Rangers, he got a high six-figure bonus. And they took a picture of him. There's what he's done this season. They took a picture of him, and a doctor from the team was looking at the picture and said, you know, his arm shouldn't be bent like that. So they took a picture of the elbow, and he didn't have an ulnar collateral ligament, and they took his bonus back. And he's battled all the way back from that to what he's doing right now. Great story. Base hit up the middle for Teixeira.
Here's Teixeira, and right back over Hudson's head into center field for a base hit. Braves not shifting like some of the teams do in the American League, and that left the middle open for Teixeira. That is a great story about R.A. Dickey because of the fact that he had to learn knuckleball to be successful and get to the major leagues. If it wasn't for that and the way he throws it, it's not the conventional one. He's got a little giddy up on it.
Well, I was going to ask you, Ken, I mean, how many knuckleballers have you seen that actually work the knuckleball up in the zone and throw it that hard? Usually it's a tumbling pitch down, one downward move.
And not only that, I think he's the only knuckleballer going at this point with the retirement of Tim Wakefield. So that's a pitch that hitters usually don't see, and one they have never seen from a knuckleballer that throws that hard.
Count 1-1 on Ibanez. Ibanez struggling. He's hitless in his last 15 at bats, and he's actually 0 for 17 when there were men on base.
We'll see if you got a nice mental picture for Mark Teixeira from the left side, because that is the exact swing that you need against a sinker baller. Get it up in the zone and drive it right back up the middle, and that's what Mark did. See if Raul can follow his lead. Good pitch right there. Hudson doesn't get the call, and he liked it. Started right at the front hip, brought it back to the inside corner.
Man, that just missed. The Braves have some good young arms in their rotation. We saw Minor last night. We're going to see Tommy Hanson tomorrow, but I think their most accomplished pitcher is Tim Hudson. He's the one. He's the veteran of the staff.
That's hammered down the right field line. It's a base hit. Teixeira moves to third. Ibanez is at second with a double. So that breaks the 0 for 15 and the 0 for 17. A double down the right field line.
Well, it makes it so much easier to hit when you can get in a fastball count 3-1. And if you're Raul, just look for something up in the zone and hammer it to right field. You can be a little more aggressive when you're ahead in the count, take a chance, and he gets a pitch up and just drills it to right field. A little double, and the Yankees are set up here in the second inning, second and third, nobody out.
So Nick Swisher back in the lineup, and he steps into a big RBI situation. Got hurt sliding into home plate on Saturday in D.C. Missed Sunday's game, and last night with a Charlie horse of the left leg. He was hot before he got hurt. 7 for his last 16. Had to take some early swings in the cage and also run the bases under the watchful eye of the Yankees before they said it was good to go and put him in the lineup. Infield is back for the Braves, so they'll give up a run on a ground ball.
Yeah, I was going to say he was in the early group with Robinson Cano today.
I was just thinking, when you have a few days off with an injury, this is a nice situation to come up to. You've got a ground ball pitcher, and you have the infield playing back up the middle. And a nice ground ball to short of second base, and Mark Teixeira will score pretty much easily.
If you would really want to get the job done, hit it to Ugly.
Same pitch Hudson threw on Ibanez was called a ball. Now to Nick Swisher. Comes right back, starts at the front hip and comes back to the corner. Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, makes a call for a strike.
I don't think so. You know, the thing about that pitch, that was a 1-1 pitch. And to me, the 1-1 pitch is the pitch that really determines how the at-bat is going to go. And Nick got in the hole there, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now he's in the fighting mode, defensive mode. If you get ahead 2-1 in this situation on a ball being called, then you've got the hammer in your hand. The 1-1 pitch to me always determines how at-bats go.
So now it's gone to 3-2. Eric Chavez is on deck. Already 38 pitches for Hudson. Nobody out here in the second. Driven out to center field and deep. Going back, Bourne. Still back. And he can't make the play. It's off his glove. Teixeira scores. Here comes Ibanez. Here's the throw. He's in there. It's a 2-run double for Swisher. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
A great at bat by Nick Swisher, fighting his way back to a full count, getting a sinker up in the zone and hammering it to center field. You see when he comes out of the box, he's not 100%, but Bourne going back, it's going to be off his glove. Ibanez thinks it's going to be caught. He retreats towards second base a little bit, and a nice effort by Bourne in center field, is not able to come up with it. Big double and a couple of RBIs from Nick Swisher. Welcome back.
Here's Eric Chavez. 0-1. Let's take a look at the sweet swing of the game, brought to you by Hershey Park. Ride the edge with Sky Rush this year only at Hershey Park.
Nice job getting back in the count and then showing off the sweet swing. That's extension towards center field.
Pitches up from Hudson this inning, resulting in some line drives and a long fly ball off the bat of Nick Swisher.
Served into left field. Prado will make the catch. Swisher tags, but it's just a bluff. 1 away. Here's Russell Martin. Two hits yesterday. And the count 0-1. Coming into yesterday's game, he was 1 for his last 18. But he did pick up the 2 hits. And a bunt. Barehanded by Chipper Jones. He gets Russell Martin moving to third as Swisher.
Not a bad idea, but not executed perfectly by Russell Martin. Butt was too hard. And when you listen to it, Chipper Jones was back somewhat, but the ball was too hard, and Chipper able to charge it and throw on the first base for the out. You can hear it. Much too solid. And Chipper makes a nice play throwing out Russell Martin. That would have put runners at first and third with one out. Wasn't a bad idea. Yeah,
it's one of those situations. If it works out, hey, great thought. Way to play the game, way to think. When it doesn't work out, you're thinking, well, why didn't you swing the bat and try to drive in a run? You had 2 hits last night. I agree with you, though, Kenny. I mean, I think if he executes properly, it's a base hit.
Here's Jeter. Grounded to first. Stabbed there by Freeman. He will beat Jeter to the bag, and that will do it. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits. A 2-run double by Nick Swisher, the big shot, will go to the third. And we'll move along, taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Infinity, luxury cars that deliver inspired performance. 6 up, 6 down for Kuroda. Now he has a 2-0 lead. He'll face the bottom third of the order. Hayward, Simmons, and Hinsky. Hayward has a 5-game hitting streak. Pitch outside. Count 2-0. Hammered to right center field. No one's getting that. It's one hop up against the bullpen wall. Granderson has a hard time fielding, and that allows Hayward to try for third. Here's the throw in there.
Well, we talked about Hayward not only being about 6'5", 6'6". He can really run. Former #1 draft pick, and Granderson has a little problem coming up with this one. And Hayward got to second, then decided he was going to go for 3. Cano made it close because Cano has a very strong arm. 2-0 pitches right there for the asking, and that's what he wanted. Now about right here, he says, I'm going to try for 3, even though I'm leading off the inning. Here comes the throw. It is a close play, but he's in there.
Here's Simmons. And that'll get a run in. Grounded to Jeter. And Yankees lead is now 2-1. RBI for Simmons.
There is that 2-0 pitch, and here's Granderson. He was in the retrieve mode right away. In fact, it was a double retrieve. He had to go back the other way to get it. And Hayward had made the decision. He was trying for 3. Chavez, he's with a quick tag at third. Wow.
It's a big wingspan, huh?
Isn't it? Looked like he dove halfway to the third base. Still made it. It's his 4th triple of the year.
1-0 to Hinsky. 1-1.
Michael, last night you were talking about how National League teams aren't built for the DH, and here's a prime example. The DH in their lineup tonight batting in the 9th spot. You don't see that in the American League.
Here we go again. Hayward got a fastball and a fastball count and really knew what to do with it, hammering it to right center field. Hinsky, same thing here, 3-1 count.
Squibb the other way. Chavez gets Hinsky for the second out.
When you work your way into a fastball count as a major league hitter and you get the fastball and do that, a little soft ground ball to third base, that's disappointing if you're Eric Hinsky. You work so hard to get the pitch you want, just a little bit too quick off the end of the bat.
Here's Michael Bourne. He has 90 hits so far this year. Braves have played 67 games so far.
26 multi-hit games for Bourne. That's how 300 hitters are built. Multi-hit games.
See that 4th name on the list? 4th most hits? Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
5'5" of the Astros.
Second baseman.
Yeah. And it just shows you this is one sport. If you have the skills, you can get it done. You shouldn't be judged if you're too small. Fly ball, left field. Bourne is retired by Ibanez, and that'll do it. But the Braves get on the board. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're going to go to the 3rd. It'll be Granderson, A-Rod, and Cano coming up. Braves wrap up this interleague matchup in the Bronx. Coverage on the Yes Network starts at 12:30 with the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Ken and I are back to call all the action only on Yes. John, you step away from the three of us tomorrow because you have a big day coming up in the family.
A big graduation tomorrow. Logan, my youngest son, is moving from 4th grade, elementary school, graduating, moving on to middle school next year. So big ceremony tomorrow morning.
It's been a big week for Logan.
He's also winning. The Brewers right now are up 7-3 in a big county game tonight. Logan has a lot going on.
How old is Logan?
10.
10 years old. Got a long way to go for him.
High fly ball, center field. Bourne for the first out.
What position does he play? Or should I ask?
He's behind the dish tonight.
All right.
But he moves around a little bit, a little shortstop, pitches a little bit. He's behind the dish tonight. Getting my daughter's texting me the scores after every inning.
Here's A-Rod.
Might be a big celebration when you get home tonight.
Yankees have liberally used A-Rod as the DH, and he's done well in that spot this year. 269 overall, but 318 as a DH, 21 for 74. And this is his 18th DH game, and the Yankees feel very comfortable with him DHing because you don't lose anything defensively with Chavez, and Chavez can pick up some big hits as well. And that's just a way to keep Alex healthy, get him 150 games this year.
Well, the Yankees were in Washington. Joe Girardi actually gave A-Rod one day off. Chavez played third and did an excellent job. Made a couple of great plays that were reminiscent of his Gold Glove days. In Oakland, he also had a big double and drove in a run. There was no DH down at Nationals Park.
Swing and a miss. A-Rod strikes out for the second time against Hudson.
Well, a good sinker. You see McCann setting up down and in and ends up down middle. But has so much movement. Alex swings right over the top.
Kenny mentioned Nationals Park and spent the weekend in D.C. John, you must have had a ball going to college there at George Washington. What a great area.
Well, it's a great college town, right? You guys are close
Yeah.
to Georgetown too. You could walk there. Beautiful.
Cano lines out to Bourne, and that will do it as the Yankees go down in order. We're a third of the way through. Yankees lead 2-1. Martin Prado will lead off against Kuroda. question. Verizon 4G LTE, America's fastest 4G network. Who are the only two players in Major League Baseball hit 300 or more home runs during the decade of the 80s? We'll find that out in the bottom of the inning. 2-1 Yankees, and Martin Prado will lead off. It'll be Prado, McCann, and Ugla against Hiroki Kuroda. Count 0-1. Greg Walker is the hitting coach for the Braves, and I guess he's not preaching working the count.
Jerry, did he go?
Did he go? No, he did not. Well, you hear everything that Greg Gibson saying yesterday. Manny Gonzalez was in tremendous voice, and let's listen to Greg Gibson.
Jerry, did he go?
Jerry Davis at first. Did he go?
Sound like something Kramer might say. That is longtime umpire Jerry Davis and Greg Gibson behind the plate.
Base hit to start off the fourth inning.
Well, you can see why Prado is a 300 hitter, not afraid to hit with a couple of strikes on him. Just kind of stays on a breaking ball and slaps it into left field. Puts the ball in play. Perfect number 2 guy in the lineup.
Here's Brian McCann. Flied out to left in the first inning.
And we've been singing the praises of McCann because we should. He's a 6-time All-Star. But he's been in the league 6 full seasons. In the major leagues, he's got 5 Silver Slugger awards.
Count 1-0. Born in Athens, Georgia, so he's playing for the hometown team. Made his major league debut in June of 2005. 6-time All-Star. The MVP of the 2010 game. As Kenny mentioned, 5 Silver Sluggers.
286 big league batting average coming into this year, so well below that now at 238.
Chasing back Prado.
Prado not the accomplished base stealer that Bourne is, but he's stolen 7 out of 8. Yeah, he's getting quite a lead over there at first.
Behind the back of McCann, allowing Prado to move to second.
I said earlier, Kuroda has kind of gotten rid of that cutter. If you watch this pitch, it starts up in and it cuts behind McCann. Velocity pretty much the same as Kuroda's fastball. You wonder maybe if it came off the side of it.
When this happens as a hitter, you don't know what to do. Right? You know, you're taught to move back away from the plate when the pitch is close. You're not backing into a pitch.
High fly ball, deep left center. Granderson back. Makes the catch. Prado tags and will jog into third. Runner on third base, 1 out. That'll bring up Ugla. Hitting the road. Take the Yankees with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankees out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Yankees will bring the infield in halfway for Dan Ugla. Protecting a 2-1 lead. .92 miles an hour right by him, 0-1.
Now we talked about how tough Kuroda has been with runners in scoring position of late. Now he's really challenged here because a decent fly ball means the Braves will get a run.
Count 0-2.
Now he's kind of in the driver's seat. And that's what we're talking about. 3 for 27 with runners in scoring position of his last 5 starts. So this is where he really gets tough. And he's jumped ahead of Ugla. No balls and 2 strikes. But as David Cohn says, he can really work him over here. Got him on the ropes.
Overthrows a bit. The count 1-2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher, if he wants to get a hitter out down in the zone, maybe with a split, you throw a high fastball. It's called changing the eye level a little bit. See if that's a game plan here.
Now the infield all the way in with 2 strikes. And he strikes out. Big strikeout for Kuroda as the runner stays at third.
He's got 3 strikeouts now, and Ugla has struck out his 2 times in play, once looking and this time swinging. Was that little cutter flash? Yeah.
A little cutter, maybe a little slider after the high fastball. You know, we mentioned Ugla's numbers against Kuroda are not good coming into this game, and he's had a couple of sliders that have not been great pitches. Looked at the first one and swung through that one the second at bat.
There's Freddie Freeman. Looking to go yard. Count 0-1.
Yeah, Freeman back in the lineup. He has missed the last 5 games with an injury to his left hand. He is not quite having the year he had last year. His rookie year, he was finished second to teammate Craig Kimbrell in the Rookie of the Year ballot. He led all rookies in the National League in home runs, runs batted in, and batting average.
The 0-1. 1-1. Rookie of the Year. Voting last year, Kimbrell with a great season, and Freeman not too bad. Prado leads off third. 2 men out. 1-2 count on Freeman. Yankees lead 2-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning. And Kuroda deals. Count full, 3-2. Freeman won the National League Rookie Triple Crown last year, 282, 21 homers, and 76 ribbies. And then 249 with 8 and 37 in his sophomore campaign. 3-2. They'll do it again. And it's important that the Braves continue to produce players because they do not go overboard with their payroll. They stay on a strict budget. And they've got to keep producing their own because you get cost effectiveness for at least the first 6 years until they can become free agents.
Manager Freddie Gonzalez took over for the legendary Bobby Cox.
He walked him. So here's Chipper Jones. Chipper's not taking too many pitches either.
Yeah.
He seems to swing at the first pitch all the time. All-time second baseman. He's third. Oh, second. Not seeing well. Third baseman. George Brett is first, and obviously that's within striking distance from Chipper Jones. He's 10 away from Schmidt, 11 away from Brett. The 0-1. 0-2.
Kuroda and Martin trying to go inside with that fastball. When you think that Chipper Jones, as a switch hitter, loves the ball out over the plate, has power the other way, always has. Kuroda trying to jam him with the fastball back to back.
We were talking about the Chipper Jones resume last night. It should include the fact he's the only switch hitter with a career 300 batting average and at least 300 homers.
The 0-2. How about this for consistency, though? His career batting average batting left-handed is 304. His career batting average batting right-handed is 304. That was always one of Mickey Mantle's great regrets, that he stayed around too long, and that his lifetime batting average dipped under 300. He finished at 298, but he did have 536 home runs, the most of any switch hitter in history. Murray's next, and then Chipper Jones. Chipper's real name is Larry, and although he has tormented the Mets over the years, Met fans have always chanted Larry whenever he came up to the plate. The 1-2. Grounded past Teixeira and down the right field line. Prado scores. Freeman is at third. He's going to stop right there. Moving to second is Jones. The game is tied at 2.
Well, Flash, you and I talked about it before the game. This guy can still hit, and he said this is going to be his last year. He gets a fastball that leaks back over the middle of the plate. Teixeira's going to move to the right, and the ball is going to be smashed to his left. Couldn't recover in time. On by him and down into the corner for the hit. And Chipper Jones picks up an RBI, the one that ties the ball game.
Take a look at this front leg and see if he leaks a little bit. 3 of the 4 pitches were fastballs inside. Wonder if Chipper may be guessing a little bit in there. Hips open quick and drills it down the first base line. 3 out of the 4 pitches inside. Finally, Chipper beats him to the spot.
So Larry Rothschild with a trip to the mound. There's Jason Hayward. This will be Kuroda's 24th pitch of the inning. Hayward's triple in the 3rd extended his hitting streak to 6 straight.
I think if the Braves are going to have any chance in the National League East, and they started the night trailing by 4.5. They've lost 3 in a row. Hitters like Hayward and Freeman, they're young left-hand hitters, really going to have to start to pick up the pace a little bit. You saw Freeman get the triple. I said Hayward get the triple and Freeman draw a walk in front of the double. But these are the youngsters they're relying on to carry them for the next few years. Somebody's going to have to pick up the slack on when Chipper Jones leaves.
Count 3-1. The boys of spring. Freeman and Hayward on the cover. It's always a big deal to be on the cover of SI. Sometimes it's not great luck, but it's a big deal. And Hayward walks to load the bases. Real rough inning for Kuroda. Or 10 pitches in the first inning, 8 pitches in the second, 13 in the third, and now 28 here in the fourth to push it up to 59 for the game. Here's Andrelton Simmons, who had a ground ball RBI in the 3rd inning, driving home Hayward. Now there's more at stake with the bases loaded. 2 men out. Count 1-0. See some movement in the Yankee bullpen. Nobody throwing yet, but people are walking around. The 1-0. Throw to second. Diving back, Chipper Jones.
Russell Martin trying to pick up his pitcher has been scuffling a little bit here in the 4th inning. Chipper Jones taking a secondary lead and a lot of room for Martin to throw there. Just a little offline to Robinson Cano. Kuroda having a tough inning here. Only has given up 1 run. If he can make a pitch or 2 here to the young shortstop, try to stay away from that big inning.
1-1. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Freeman scores. Chipper Jones scores. The throw to 3rd. In time as Chavez held on. And are they saying the 2nd run did not count? That's what they're saying. And Freddie Gonzalez will come out and argue. So Freeman does score. Chipper Jones does not. Hayward is out, moving to 3rd. And here's how it broke down. The base hit the center. Granderson comes up throwing, and they get the tag out at 3rd. Chavez holds on. And now Hayward is staring down to 3rd to see if the run scored, and he finds out it didn't. Let's see if we can see here if Chipper actually scored. Motoring around 3rd. Too close to call. We'll take another look when we get back. Mark Teixeira takes a first pitch ball, and the pitch is outside 2-0. Incredibly, they shift for him now, and they didn't in the second inning. And the ball that he hit for a base hit would have been fielded by Simmons if they were in this shift then. And he was leading off the second inning then, as well as he's leading off the fourth now. The shift will not come into play with that one. A high fly ball to center. And Bourne puts it away. Let's take a look at that final play. These are synced up exactly. He has not touched home yet, and the tag is made by Chavez on Hayward, so it's a good call by the home plate umpire, Greg Gibson. It's bang bang, but he said he did not score, and he was right.
Immediately he called it too. It wasn't as if he hesitated at all.
There's a strike to Ibanez, so a run does score to break the tie. We're 3-2 now, Braves, bottom of the fourth.
A good play by Curtis Granderson coming up throwing to third base. Sometimes with 2 outs and bases loaded like that, center fielder would be coming up throwing home.
Yeah, and maybe Hayward expected him to throw home and then took off for third and got there too quickly. Chipper Jones did not score. Here's the throw. Granderson coming up. He said, no play at home. Hey, let's see if I can get to him. So Hayward tagged out by Chavez, who holds on after being bowled over. Tell you what, I'm getting more and more impressed by the shortstop of the Braves, Simmons. He came into the night hitting .333. It doesn't seem to bother him with the men on base. Career .299 hitter in the minor leagues.
Grounded to first, a tough hop off of Freeman, and Ibanez will reach. So Freeman gets charged with an error.
Single ball pitcher, infielders have to be ready. This one's got a lot of overspin up into the chest of Freeman. Can't get the glove on it. Bounds away. Second baseman Uggla cannot recover it in time, and the hustling Ibanez is safe on E3.
Didn't look like Uggla really moved at all. You know, kind of just assumed Freeman would have that play easily.
You're right. He should be moving in the direction of the play, even if there is no play for him. Yeah.
Good look at it here. Uggla kind of flat-footed, and it ricochets off Freeman towards second base. Uggla can't make up for it after that.
Nick Swisher has driven both Yankee runs with a double off the glove of Bourne in deep center. Two and 0. .42 ribbies for Nick. 36 of them have come while batting left-handed. That missed low, and the count now 3-0. Turning him loose on 3-0. Now 3-1.
Sometimes you get turned loose on the 3-0 count. You feel you should be hitting a home run. First, you try to hit it hard. Maybe it'll go out of the ballpark.
.3-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 3-2.
We saw Swisher step out of the box and look at Robbie Thompson. He wants to know if the runner's going. So his attention won't be divided. He won't be surprised by seeing that little bit of movement out of the corner of his eye.
He's going. It's hard to steal off Hudson. He has not allowed a steal in his last 16 starts.
He figured if Banos was moving, he should be moving again. Hudson is a ground ball pitcher. You're trying to stay out of the double play.
Runner goes. Pitch is high. So a walk to Swisher. Now let's check out the answer to the Verizon Wireless Trivia question. The question, who are the only two players in Major League history to hit 300 or more home runs during the decade of the 80s?
I know those two.
And they are?
Mike Schmidt, Dale Murphy. Murphy was a two-time MVP. I think back-to-back years, 82 and 83. And Mike Schmidt, I know, was a multiple MVP winner for the Philadelphia Phillies. Hall of Fame third baseman.
So the count is 0-2. Chavez flied out to left in the second. Tying runs at second. We're in the fourth inning. It's 3-2 Braves. Yankees have won 10 in a row. The 0-2. 1-2. If anything, they are certainly getting Hudson's pitch count into a high level. And if you could get to the Braves bullpen before you get to Kimbrel, you got a chance. Their bullpen leading up to Kimbrel is a bit shaky.
Nice job by Hudson here, really keeping Eric Chavez off balance. Curveball, couple of cutters in on his hands. Sure, Hudson thinking about that double play with a sinker, but he's doing a nice job keeping Eric aware of the inside part of the plate. It's a good pitch down and away here. He has a possibility of an inning double play.
Some of the Yankees scrambling in the dugout. Cano, Dwayne Wise. There was a Michael Pineda sighting today.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Big strikeout of Chavez by Hudson.
Looked to be on the changeup, picks up his fourth strikeout. Showed him a little bit of everything during the course of this at bat. Then finally the change and well located. Down and away, and he strikes him out.
That's going to bring up Russell Martin. He tried to reach on a bunt toward third. Last time up, bunted a little too hard, and Chipper Jones threw him out.
On the pregame show today, Meredith Marakovitz reported that Pineda said he'll probably start throwing in September and be ready for spring training next year. I got a chance to see him. He looked a little bit leaner than he had in spring training. So obviously been working out.
Whoa!
2-0. On deck is Derek Jeter. is a optimistic timetable to have shoulder surgery and be throwing in September, but for his sake, you hope he's right. Two and one.
Russell a little disappointed in himself. Got himself in a fastball count, swung at a sinker down out of the zone. Everything Hudson throws has movement on it, either cutting away, down with the sinker, the split will be down.
Two and two.
Hudson really reaching back for a little extra here with men on base, getting tough. One runner on without not his own making, and one on with allowed with a walk.
Line past Chipper Jones and down the left field line. Ibanez will score. Swisher moves to third. Going to second is Martin, and the game is tied at 3. We'll see how they score that. So Hudson's defense has betrayed him a bit this inning.
Yeah, that's true. This ball was hit hard by Martin, so they'll have to stay tuned for the scoring. But that was off the glove of Chipper Jones. That was a catchable ball. Reaction's not quick enough. The ball gets by him. Another look. The ball's hooking somewhat towards the line. And we'll see how they score it.
It scored an E5.
Yep.
So 2 errors in the inning have allowed the Yankees to come back and tie it. And now a big at bat for Jeter with runners on second and third with 2 outs. The Braves not too solid at the corners here in the 4th. An error by Freeman, an error by Chipper. Swisher's at third. Martin's at second. Foul ball.
Nick Swisher in foul territory.
One count on Jeter. He walked in, grounded to first. Now it's 2-2.
Yankees have scored without the benefit of a hit here in the 4th inning. Tie things up for Hiroki Kuroda.
Right in on the fist. Interesting stat, 124 of the 187 runs scored against the Braves have come with 2 outs. So they've not been able to get that final out. And the count is full.
Second time tonight in 3 at-bats that the Capitals run the count to 3-2.
Roger McDowell, the pitching coach. And the 3-2 pitch. Deep to left, but foul. Crowd got a charge out of it. And the pitch count is at 86. We're only in the 4th inning. So in all likelihood, you're not going to be seeing Tim Hudson around the 6th or 7th. Next pitch will be the 34th of the inning. The payoff. Ball 4, and Hudson was taking a step toward the third base dugout. Now looks in. He thought that was ball 4. Strike 3.
There's been a couple of questionable calls with Greg Gibson behind the plate, and this is another one. Throws a little cutter maybe right at Derek Jeter's front hip. Take a look here from the angle, see if it catches that front corner. Didn't look like it. Could have went either way. Hudson wanted it. He did not get it.
Tell you what, McCann's glove was hit by that pitch, and Hudson couldn't believe it. So in his mind, he knows he's throwing pitches he should be throwing in the 5th inning. And his team is forcing him to get 5 outs in this inning. Here's Granderson with the bases loaded. Breaking ball strike.
You always worry about fatigue in a long inning like this for a pitcher.
Roger McDowell's already been out there, so slow things down. He can't go out there again this inning without taking him out.
0-2. The pitch is high, 1-2. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. He struck him out. A tough inning for Tim Hudson. Most of it not his fault. The Yankees tie without the benefit of a hit. We're going to the 5th.
Hey, look, Rosanna, they took us out to the ball game.
I love it. Hey, Jeter, it's me. And just tell everybody to wake up to Good Day New York.
Yes, watch out for her, Derek. All right, we got to wrap things up. We're interrupting a Major League Baseball game.
All right, so join us weekday mornings from 7 to 10 o'clock on Fox 5. Let's go, Yankees.
In the fourth inning, the Yankees scored 1 run, no hits, 2 big errors, and the bases were left loaded. So it's a 3-3 game for Kuroda and Hudson as we go to the 5th. Very odd fourth inning. Run doesn't score because the out was made at third. Before that, in the top of the fourth, and then 2 errors, one by each of the corner infielders, forced Hudson to throw a lot of pitches and give up an unearned run to tie the score. Here's the 1-0 to Hinsky. 2-0. 3-3 on the scoreboard, brought to you by the New York Lottery. Hey, you never know. Grounded foul. Line drive right at Jeter. 1 away.
Yeah, when you look at it, the Yankees have won all 4 games thus far against the Braves. It's very unusual outside of the Mets. When the Yankees play interleague, that they play somebody in a home-and-home series. The Yankees have won all 4 games, but the Braves have been in all 4 of the games. They've been very competitive. The Yankees won by 3, 2, and 1 run in Atlanta. And last night, I guess that could be classified as a blowout. The Yankees won by 4.
Here's Bourne. Shows bunt, takes a strike.
So these games have been very competitive. It's just the Yankees have been just a little bit better than the Braves in each and every game. Something has turned the game in the Yankees' favor.
You're on a 10-game winning streak. You have a tie game here in the 5th inning. You're the Yankees. 10-0 against the NL East this season. You'll find a way to win these ball games when you're close in the middle of them.
Usually that means down towards the end your bullpen is better than the other club's bullpen.
With CC Sabathia throwing a complete game last night, the Yankee bullpen rested. Day game tomorrow afternoon and an off day, so Joe Girardi can use his bullpen accordingly.
Swing and a miss. Bourne down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. He's 0 for 3. So 2 outs here in the 5th. That'll bring up Martin Prado.
Kuroda looking to rebound after a long 4th inning through a lot of pitches. 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
And a strike. Soft ground ball to third. Chavez across the diamond, and a nice bounce back inning for Kuroda as he retires the Braves in order. 1, 2, 3. We're halfway through. Coming up for the Yankees, 3, 4, and 5. A-Rod, Cano, and Teixeira. Close a great deal now on your new Nissan. Hurry, the door to your opportunity closes July 2nd. We go back to June 19th of 2000. Yankees beat the Red Sox 22-1 at Fenway. Shane Spencer and Scott Brocious each hit grand slams. Here's Alex Rodriguez. Could not hold up. The count 0-1. New York Lottery scoreboard. It's 3-3. Tim Hudson needs a quick inning. That's his 93rd pitch.
He's done a nice job with Alex Rodriguez. Struck out looking his first at bat, swinging his second at bat.
Right to the second baseman, who shaded up the middle, and Ugla throws out A-Rod for the first out.
There have been 3 fly ball outs against Hudson tonight's game. 2 to center field, 1 to left field. The sinker's been working pretty well. I wouldn't call Cano's a fly ball. It was more of a line drive.
Hammered to right field and caught by Hayward.
2 line drives off the bat of Cano.
Way to swing it. Nothing to show for it. Wow. Mentioned doing that net drill early on, working on pulling the baseball. He's got it figured out with this swing.
Get back to the bench. You hear those 3 words. Hang with them. Or is that 2? Hang with them.
Teixeira takes low. Count 1-1.
Problem with the Cano's line drive to right field, didn't get it airborne. That was the problem. Hit it well enough. Overspin.
So 3-1 to Teixeira. The next pitch for Hudson will be his 100th of the night. Hard ricochet past the ball boy. You see the breakdown. 38 pitches in the 4th really set him back. His season high this year is 108. He's done that twice. And Teixeira walks. So Roger McDowell getting the bullpen busy. Hudson will face Ibanez, who doubled and scored in the 2nd. Reached on an E3 and scored in the 4th. Christian Martinez starting to throw. Count 1-0.
Michael, you mentioned that 108 pitches twice for Hudson for a season high in pitch count. Sinker up in the zone to Ibanez. That was his 102nd. You worry about fatigue and elevating some sinkers.
Braves seem pretty strict about the 100 pitch count because they've taken Minor out twice when he's reached 100. Christian Martinez and Chad Durbin.
Last two pitches from Hudson have not been quality. Both of them up in the zone, didn't have great stuff.
Now 3-0. Hudson would love to get the last out here, then at least he'd be eligible for a win if the Braves could score in the 6th, but they take him out now. He can only get a loss or no decision. The 3-0. And Ibanez walks, so 2 straight 2-out walks. And let's see what the Braves do. Freddie Gonzalez comes out. As he walks out, we'll tell you this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. No signal yet by Gonzalez. The bullpen door is open.
I think with Hudson, like we said, he's the veteran presence in his pitching staff. And I think he's going to trust Hudson's judgment somewhat, as opposed to maybe a younger pitcher. He'd come out there and just, give me the ball. But Hudson, he's going to ask him, you think you can get this next guy out? And Hudson said, what's the pitcher going to say? No. I think they almost always say yes. It's the competitive nature of being a major league pitcher.
Nick Swisher has had 2 really good at bats. I mean, that double where he had a couple RBIs, he fought back when he was behind in the count and got a pitch to drive, and then he'd walk. So all the Yankee hitters, it seems like he's picking up the baseball pretty early out of Hudson's hand.
Swisher 2-run double and a walk. And a strike.
That's a pitch just enough off that breaking ball that it serves like a slow curve, and you saw Granderson strike out on it. He's used that quite well to the left-handed hitters tonight.
Clip the inside corner, and Swisher doesn't like it, and he's down to count 0-2.
Well, that front hip again, bring it back to the inside corner with that 2-seam fastball.
The 0-2. Yankees 1 for 7 tonight with runners in scoring position. So he has reached his season high with 108. And this is assuredly his last batter of the night. Line drive, a base hit. Teixeira rounds third. He's coming home. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's out. Hayward with a good arm and a good tag by McCann, getting Mark Teixeira for the final out of the 5th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Hayward charges and then lets go a one-hop bullet, and Teixeira is out as we move to the 6th, tied at 3. laughs every weeknight, starting at 5 with a full hour of Everybody Loves Raymond, then a King of Queens doubleheader at 6 and 7:30, plus back-to-back episodes of How I Met Your Mother at 6:30 and 7. So don't miss a second of the big laughs every weeknight on My 9. Brian McCann will lead off against Hiroki Kuroda. Game is tied at 3. So Nick Swisher comes through with a big 2-out hit, but the great arm of Hayward cuts down Teixeira trying to score the go-ahead run. High fly ball down the right field line. Swisher will run out of room. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, the problem for the Yankees, the ball was hit too hard and almost directly at Hayward. All he had to do was load up and make sure he made an accurate throw, and it was. And McCann did the rest at the plate. Sure out by, 2 or 3 steps?
Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Hammered into left center. Long run for Granderson. Still going back. He will not get there. It bounces over the wall for a double.
Seems like every time McCann has gotten a hit in these 2 series, one in Atlanta and here at Yankee Stadium, it's an extra base hit. Granderson playing a little bit towards right center. This one's to left center. It's going to hit the warning track and bound over the wall. And Kuroda's reaction is, I shouldn't have thrown it there. Out over the plate, but up. And he's thinking that might leave the ballpark. Instead, it's a leadoff double here in the 6th inning.
Ugla swings and misses. He struck out twice against Kuroda.
Yeah, I was just thinking, bad news, you give up a leadoff double to McCann, but the good news is you got the second baseman Ugla up there, who has not looked good in back-to-back at bats, does not have good numbers against Kuroda. Bear down here, get the first out of this inning.
Count 0-2.
Ugla has had a tough time with the slider with 2 strikes. He looked at the first one, his first at bat, struck out looking, and then struck out swinging at a slider his second at bat. Probably a very good possibility we're going to see another one of those here some point during this 3rd at bat.
Strike 3. Ugla down looking. The hat trick for Ugla. He struck out 3 times.
Well, you got to imagine the slider was in the back of his mind. He's seen it for 2 at bats. Kuroda and Martin do a nice job with the fastball down and in, locking him up, getting a big call 3rd strike.
Here's Freddie Freeman. Count 1-0. Ground ball to second. Cano thought about 3rd, but goes to first for the sure out for the 2nd out as McCann moves to 3rd.
I was talking about McCann's extra base hitting in this home-and-home series. 3 doubles, a single, and a home run against the Yankees. Good hitter.
And now a Hall of Fame hitter, Chipper Jones, who had an RBI double his last time up. Go-ahead runs at 3rd. We're in the top of the 6th. 3-3 game. Missed outside.
So Jones get the double last time up. The thing about him, he's got a career on-base percentage over 40%. He has walked more times than he has struck out in his career. Tough out.
Count 2-0.
The best fastballs we've seen velocity-wise right there from Kuroda, 93. Kenny, you mentioned those great numbers with Chipper Jones. Kuroda obviously paying attention, dialing it up a little bit here this at bat.
Right. 93 miles an hour for a strike, 2-1. Missed inside 3-1. Jones grounded to third in the second and doubled just past Teixeira down the right field line in the fourth. Don't know if that wasn't close to on purpose, and he'll take his chances with Hayward, who's also had a good night. Didn't want to give Jones anything to hit.
Well, the problem is eventually you're going to have to pitch to somebody. And now the Yankees are going to get their bullpen going.
That's Corey Wade. Off the glove of Teixeira, and it kicks out to Jeter. Everybody's safe, and a run scores as the Braves now lead 4-3. And let's see if Teixeira is okay.
We'll get a look at this hot smash off the bat of Hayward. Teixeira coming off the bag to get in fielding position. This is a rocket. Gets the glove down, but it looked like the ball hit his foot or ankle. And then Karam's away. Gets the glove down, but the ball goes underneath the glove off the heel of his left foot. And Karam's all the way out to Derek Jeter near the bag at second. And Teixeira's trying to walk this one off. Meanwhile, the Braves have scored. I can rest assured that's going to be called a base hit. Still trying to walk off the pain of that one.
I've not heard yet how they've scored it. But an E3 would be adding insult to injury. It is a base hit. So an RBI for Hayward. Scoring McCann and moving Chipper Jones to second. Swing and a miss by Andrelton Simmons. Now Clay Rapata has joined Corey Wade. Count 0-2.
I think they're trying to put anything with a wrinkle into it to Simmons here, because he scorched a single his last time up, pick up a run batted in, and it was on a fastball. A little tight slider.
Young hitters, when they come to the big leagues, they usually will expand the strike zone. They want to swing the bat. Kuroda and Martin here, you can bounce a few off-speed pitches, maybe go with a fastball up out of the zone. Use his aggressiveness against them.
We're in the top of the 6th inning. Braves 4, Yankees 3. Yankees led 2-0, then 2-1. Then they trailed 3-2, tied it with a run in the 4th, making it 3-3. But the Braves have moved back ahead with a run here in the 6th, threatening for more. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And a 1-2 count on Simmons. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that will do it. But the Braves take the lead. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 men left. Coming up for the Yankees, Chavez, Martin, and Jeter. In part by Time Warner Cable. Enjoy all the things you love better. TV, internet, and home phone from Time Warner Cable. Your Tri-State Ford dealers. And by McDonald's. Enjoy a fresh brewed premium roast coffee from McDonald's. Any size, just $1. At Yankee Stadium, it's the Braves 4 and the Yankees 3. As Freddie Gonzalez makes the call to the bullpen. Brought to you by Verizon Fios. Introducing Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen.
Braves going to a new pitcher. And it's going to be the veteran Chad Durbin who gets the call. Been in the big leagues for 12 years now. Been with 6 organizations. Arizona, Cleveland, Detroit, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and now the Braves. And he's been doing a good job for the Braves of late. Made 18 consecutive scoreless appearances. That covers 14 in the 3rd inning since May the 11th. So he's been very strong out of the bullpen for Atlanta.
Chavez pops it up. And Chipper Jones puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Always like Durbin with that delivery where he tucks that front shoulder and kind of has a little lean to him, hides the baseball a little bit, gives him a little deception.
had been a starter at one time in his big league career. But now strictly a relief pitcher. You know, one of those stats they always keep on relief pitchers, the first batter retired. He's done a good job in that regard too. 29 of the first of 33 first batters he's faced, he's retired.
Popped up. McCann can't get there.
Bredesen trying to pick out the recipient of the souvenir. Oh, that wasn't the person.
Ground ball up the middle. Simmons is right there and gets Martin for the second out. And that'll bring up Derek Jeter.
Derek had hit a little dry spell for a while there where his average tumbled down somewhat, but he's been swinging the bat much better lately. Though he's 0 for 1 tonight. He's walked a couple of times.
Also has a 9-game hitting streak on the line.
That's indication of warming up again.
Broken bat, ground ball off the mound, kicks towards Simmons, and that will do it. So Durbin works a 1-2-3 inning. We're going to take it to the 7th here at the stadium. 9-1-2 in the Braves order. Box score brought to you by your tri-state area Volkswagen dealers. Visit VWDealer.com. Right there, 6, 7, and 8 in the order has done the damage. Chipper Jones has a double and a ribby. Jason Hayward 2 for 2, a triple, a ribby, and a run scored. And Andrelton Simmons 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Martin Prado scored a run, so did Brian McCann. So where does that put us? It puts us at Braves 4, Yankees 3 on the scoreboard, brought to you by Acura Advance. Eric Hinsky will lead it off here in the 7th. Tapped right back to the mound. 1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Here Yankees talk about it all the time, especially the rotation. If you can stay in there and keep your club in the game, the Yankees offensively find a way to win. As you see Epley and Logan getting loose. Exactly what Kuroda's trying to do here in the 7th inning. Pitch count getting up there now at 93 with this next pitch.
Count 0-1. Warren 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts against Kuroda tonight. And the 1-1. Grounded 2 to Sherrill. 2 outs.
Watching Mark move around over there at first. He seems to be okay after that hard shot off the ankle. Might take some ice after the game and calm things down. He's flexing it a little bit.
Johnny Venters is up for the Braves. And if you're looking ahead, bottom of the 7th for the Yankees, it'll be Granderson, A-Rod, and Cano. So 2 lefties, a time that they would bring in Venters. And a strike to Martin Prado.
We just saw that shot of Johnny Venters out in the bullpen, and just in front of him you saw Eddie Perez. We talk about a personal catcher. He was the man for Greg Maddux. When Maddux was dealing, he was catching.
Off the chest of Chavez, stays with it, fires down. And that will do it as Kuroda puts down the Braves in order. 1, 2, 3. At the end of 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium, but we'll stay right where we are as we honor America here in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now join in Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
Box score brought to you by your tri-state area Volkswagen dealers. Visit VWDealer.com. Well, let's see what's happening for the Yankees. 2 walks for Derek Jeter. 2, 3, and 4 combined 0 for 9. Mark Teixeira with a run scored. Raul Ibanez a double and 2 runs scored. Nick Swisher 2 for 2, a double and 2 ribbies. Almost had 3 ribbies, but Teixeira was thrown out by Hayward in right. Chavez looking for his first hit, as is Russell Martin.
Well, the Yankees lineup loaded with left-handed hitters, and Johnny Venters has been in every game of this home-and-home series against the Yankees. He's in there again tonight.
And that one is lined into right center field. It is a base hit. Granderson simply is not really neutralized by left-handed pitching, so he promptly picks up a single.
We see Venters in that good fastball with the velocity and the movement as well. Curtis gets jammed a little bit, but the swing right out towards the middle of the field, base hit to right center.
Acura scoreboard 4-3. Here's Alex. He had his record-tying 23rd Grand Slam against Venters. Pitch is low, 1-0.
That was a great at bat, Michael. Of course, you called it, but it went to 3-2. Fouled off several pitches, and finally got one he can handle it. Ripped a line drive out the ballpark down in Turner Field. This is what we're talking about. Wasn't sure it was high enough to clear the fence. It does, and that tied the ball game. The Yankees were down 4-0, but Alex hit that grand slam. Nick Swisher followed with a 2-run shot. The Yankees had 6 runs in the 8th inning and eventually a win.
Count 2-1. Kenny mentioned that Venters has appeared in all 5 games of this home-and-home, and that was a problem last year. They used him so much that by September he was running on fumes. He was one of the reasons why they had that collapse. Their bullpen just couldn't hold leads anymore. The 2-1. 3-1 on A-Rod.
Yeah, he and Durbin now have appeared in 33 games. Of course, there's a difference in the style of pitch. You keep pitchers in the American League a lot longer. You don't have to pitch hit for them. Clay Rapata, I should say Boone Logan's made the most appearances on the Yankees. He's been in 33 games.
Pitch, and A-Rod works a walk. So the Yankees have the first 2 runners on here in the 7th inning. And Anthony Barbaro is up. And McDowell is out. So many people see McDowell as a pitching coach and they're just shocked because he was such a jokester when he was a player.
But he was also a pretty good pitcher.
So here is Cano, first and second, and nobody out. One and oh.
You watch Venters in that movement. It's kind of the same approach as you had against Hudson. Get the fastball up in the zone. A lot of room to right center to Robinson Cano. Swung the bat well tonight. A line drive to center field, a line drive to right field. And you see the numbers for the Braves bullpen.
And the count 2-1.
This is Venter's problems in Atlanta. When Michael struggled with his control, falling behind on counts.
Ooh, Kenny, you watch some of the takes against him. He's throwing mid-90s with good movement, and Robinson Cano's not even flinching. It's like he's picking the ball up so early.
Venters does throw hard.
Grounded to first. They have one out. They make it at first as the runners move up. How do you explain a stat like this? Robinson Cano is clearly one of the best hitters in the major leagues, and after that ground out, he's now 9 for 61 this year with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, he was fooled on that particular pitch. You can see he was out in front. So when you're ahead on the count, Venters went to something other than the fastball, got Cano out in front. And he pulls it on the ground kind of weakly to first. Now the good news is he moves the runners up. Second and third with one out.
Here's Teixeira. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Clips the outside corner for a strike.
Field playing back.
Ball would tie the score.
Are you kind of surprised they're not walking Teixeira to set up the double play? And you got Ibanez up next, or maybe Freddie Gonzalez thinking that he'll see Andrew Jones.
And the count 2-1 also to keep in Venters. He doesn't really throw strikes.
They've got a right-hander up in the bullpen. That's Favaro.
The 2-1. 2-2. And the pitch. Granderson on third. A-Rod is on second. One man out here in the seventh. Yankees down by one. The 2-2. Just missed inside.
Goodness, that's a tough take. That is knowing your strike zone. They want the ball hard and in, and that's where it was.
The 3-2. Grounded to third. Backhanded by Chipper. He's coming home. And Granderson is gunned down at the plate. A nice play by Chipper Jones on the backhand.
Nice play by Chipper Jones going to the backhand. Then he also gives himself a little throwing lane. Comes back to the field. Nice throw to McCann. Easy play for the catcher to. Once he gets the backhand, that was pretty much the toughest part of the play. Venters, who can be a little bit erratic, makes a big pitch when he needs one.
Good setup by McCann for the angle for the throw. Give Chipper Jones a good target.
Here's Ibanez. So Joe does not go to Andrew Jones to pinch hit for Ibanez. Why? Because Ibanez is 5 for 11 lifetime against Venters. Now first and second, 2 outs. Nice block by McCann. Nick Swisher is on deck. Count 2-1 on Ibanez. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th inning.
See McCann setting up middle in. He has to reach out across the plate. It doesn't look pretty. It actually looks like it clips that front corner. He just had to move his glove so much.
Swing and a miss, and Venters gets into and out of trouble. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. A missed opportunity for the Yankees, and Brian McCann will lead off. Who do you think is baseball's greatest living legend? Is it A, Hank Aaron, B, Yogi Berra? Is it C, Willie Mays, or D, Stan Musial? Text ABC or D to 70377 or go to my9tv.com. Find out the results right after the game. It's Take on Russ, brought to you by Toyota. New pitcher for the Yankees. Kuroda's night is over after 7 innings. And they will go to Boone Logan.
Numbers very impressive for Boone Logan. The ERA 2.28. Not allowed a run in his last 12 appearances.
And he's got McCann, Ugla, and Freeman. So the Yankees once again have had their opportunities and have not been able to make the most of them.
A couple of runners thrown out at home plate tonight.
Now on the Granderson play where he went home, is that instructions you go on contact? Or is that a read by him or by Rob Thompson?
Could be a combination of both. You know, go on contact, or if the infielder has to move to his left or right a little bit, force a play at home.
The 0-1.
I think when he was leading off, the ball's hit to Chipper Jones and he's on the backhand. He's already off the bag. He might as well keep going, because if he goes back to third, Chipper Jones is going to tag him out.
As we move along this inning, take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Audi Truth in Engineering. And the count 2-1. Two. McCann's run that he scored in the 6th inning, the difference in this game right now. He opened up the 6th with a double, came around to score. That one is tapped back to Logan. 1 away.
All the difference in the world for Boone Logan. You can drop a 2-1 slider in there for a strike and then expand a little bit 2-2 to get an easy ground ball right back at you.
You know, his ability, left-handed bat is just a little bit over 200 against him. His ability to drop that slower breaking ball over. It's not just hard fastball, hard slider anymore. I think it's given him another weapon against the lefties. And you saw him get McCann out in front.
Ugla fouls it straight back. Ugla's happy to see Kuroda off the mound. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. David Robertson throwing in the bullpen.
Michael, you mentioned that Ugla's leading national second baseman in the voting, All-Star voting.
Last week he was.
Yeah.
Count 1-2.
There's that same weapon we were talking about. The use of the right-handed hitter. Took something off, dropped it in there, 83 miles an hour.
Bottom of the 8th, it'll be Swisher, Chavez, and Martin for the Yankees. And if the Braves can navigate the 8th inning without allowing a run, the Yankees will have to face the electric Kimbrel to try to close the game for the Braves. Next up is the other lefty in the bullpen, O'Flaherty. Count 3-2.
Well, we've talked so much about that slider, Kenny. We'll see if he throws it 3-2. Ugla, a good fastball hitter.
Golden sombrero for Ugla, 4 strikeouts. Come out to Yankee Stadium Monday, June 25th when the Yankees take on the Indians and enjoy a Yankee Stadium tradition. It's cap night. The first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees cap courtesy of Cannon. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Good-looking Yankee cap. And here is Freddie Freeman. 0-1. Two. Freeman 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Hitting .248 on the season with 8 home runs, 37 ribbies. Logan trying to work a perfect eighth. The 0-2. Fly ball center field. Coming on is Granderson, and he'll make the play as Logan works a 1-2-3 eighth. We go to the bottom of the eighth, and the bottom of the Yankee order, starting with Nick Swisher.
Run calls from an A-bomb from A-Rod to a text message from Mark. Howie dreams up all the catchphrases on the Verizon Fios game wrap-up tonight on the 10 o'clock news on My 9.
Another left-hander for the Braves is John. So far for the Yankees, he has not had his signature home run call. And Eric O'Flaherty will try to keep it that way. Second lefty coming in a row. Venters, then O'Flaherty. 27th game for O'Flaherty. And here is Nick Swisher.
O'Flaherty was one of those stalwarts out of the Braves bullpen last year. Swisher's had a nice little comeback night after a few days off with a Charlie horse. Been on base 3 times.
O'Flaherty been on a pretty good run his last 17 games, an ERA under 2 at 1.84. It's an opportunity here in the 8th inning.
Two and two.
it's just a little bit too high for Swisher to get to.
Count full of 3-2. High fly ball, left field. Prado in the corner, makes the play. And he caught that in fair territory.
You watch O'Flaherty, it looks like he's got a nice little cut on his fastball. In on the right-handers. Looked like it got in on Nick Swisher a little bit. Pretty easy play for Prado in the corner.
Didn't quite have the sound coming off the bat.
Well, now Joe Girardi will go to the bench, and he will send up Andrew Jones to pinch hit for Chavez. Why? Because lefties are hitting .094 against O'Flaherty. Righties are hitting .382. That hit him. So righties hit him, and he just hit a righty.
Now, this didn't take long. Basically walked up to the plate, took one off the ankle. Couldn't have felt good. In fact, he's going to give way to a pinch runner. That's a call, taking one for the club. Andrew Jones hit by the pitch. Now out of the ball game. It's Jason Nix going to run for it.
And Nix will stay in and play third. Pitch is high to Russell Morton. Count 2-0.
You know, the way what the Yankees have shown their power this year, just seem to expect somebody to get into one, but the Braves make some pretty good pitches today. Not everything is thrown up there to be hit out of the ballpark.
Grounded to short. There's one. On the first, it's a double play. A broken bat ground ball that Simmons fired to Ugla, and Ugla on to Freeman. 6-4-3. So we go to the ninth inning. Yankees trailing 4-3, and Jones will lead off. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. BP gasoline with Invigorate. And by Audi, truth in engineering. Pair of fours, which is a decent hand in poker, but nothing that you bet the house on. Crossing in the night. We go to the 9th inning. And David Robertson will come on to try to hold it at 4-3 Braves and give the Yankees a chance in the bottom of the 9th at the top of their order.
Robertson's first appearance at the stadium since coming off the disabled list. Made one appearance on the road. And he gets to face a future Hall of Famer.
Chipper Jones tonight, grounded to third in the second, RBI double, inside first in the fourth, and then he walked in the sixth. Chipper, Hayward, and Simmons as the Braves are trying to snap the Yankees' 10-game winning streak. And the closer, Craig Kimbrell, is getting ready.
The Yankees only saw him once in Atlanta. It was kind of in a mop-up role. He hadn't worked.
Jones pops it up. Russell Martin makes the play for the first out. New third baseman for the Yankees is Jason Nix. Hayward drove in the go-ahead run in the sixth inning on a hot shot off the ankle of Mark Teixeira.
And he also scored a run after tripling in the third and also threw out a run at home plate. So he's had himself a pretty good night, both sides of the ball.
I guess the only blemish in the ball game for him getting thrown out at third base before Chipper Jones scored. But all in all, a pretty impressive game. Nice throw from right field to end the fifth inning. Swinging the bat, and like you said, Kenny, Braves can get this guy going. They might be able to make some ground in the National League East.
Yeah, he and Freeman. I think the way Freeman broke in last year, they were expecting him to take that extra step up and move to the next level. I mean, he finished second in Rookie of the Year balloting last year to his own teammate Kimbrell, who's warming up in the bullpen. But he's had some injuries, and he hasn't really fulfilled that promise. Strike three, good fastball.
Oh, David Robertson's been away a little bit with the injury, but the game is still the same now that he's back. That power fastball up in the zone. Russell Martin showing him that good target.
Here's Simmons. He's driven in 2 runs today. He's 1 for 3. RBI ground out, RBI single, and he struck out. And there's a base hit to right field.
Now he's got a short, compact swing, strong arm at shortstop. Countryman of Andrew Jones from Curacao, who came to the U.S. to play college baseball. Braves drafted him a couple of years ago, number 2, second-round pick.
You don't see a lot of swings like that off of David Robertson.
No.
You don't walk up there and be right on his fastball and hammer it to right field.
That kind of tells me his location more than anything, but it's kind of right there.
We'd also seen David where he doesn't have to locate it. He's got enough life on it. That's an impressive swing from the young shortstop.
Usually when we were in Atlanta, we saw him batting in the 8th spot. You keep hitting over 330, you're not going to be batting 8th for long. Because eventually you're hitting that high, batting in front of the pitcher, you're not going to get many pitches to hit.
Hinske pops it up, shallow left. Nix is back, and Nix makes the play. So can the Yankees come back? Will they rally in the bottom of the 9th inning? The top of the order will take their chance against Kimbrel.
Home run calls, from an A-bomb from A-Rod to a text message from Mark. How he dreams up all the catchphrases on the Verizon Fios game wrap-up tonight on the 10 o'clock news on My 9.
Well, let's see if John Sterling has a Yankees win in him. He's had 10 in a row. Can they rally here in the bottom of the 9th? They'll have to do it against one of the best. Craig Kimbrel, 19 of 20 in save opportunities, 41 strikeouts, and 25 innings, just 12 hits, 10 walks, 22 base runners in 25 innings.
Very hard throw, as you might expect, and get up near triple digits with his fastball and a good hard breaking ball. 17 of his last 30 outs for Kimbrel have been strikeouts.
Jeter, Granderson, and A-Rod here in the bottom of the 9th. Yankees try to keep their winning streak going. And there's a strike at 98 miles an hour.
He's got a 14-game scoreless streak. Opponents hitting .065 off him in that streak. Good news for the Yankees. He will walk you occasionally. Give you an opportunity.
When trailing after 8 innings this year, the Yankees are 0-22, so trying to break that. And it looks like he's hanging his arm out of the car, passenger side. The 1-1. Boy, it's hard to make a decision on location when it's on you in an eye blink.
Well, it's 98 miles an hour, and the last 2 fastballs, one just missed on the corner, and that one Derek took a little half swing at. So it's not like he's throwing it right down the middle. Pretty good job with location.
Blew it right by him, 99.
If you're thinking about the Yankees tying this up with one swing of the bat, Kimbrel has not given up a home run this year. He is the real deal.
Now this should be a fun matchup. Granderson likes to hit the fastball, power against power. And Granderson is 1 for 4. He starts him off with a breaking ball strike.
Well, what do you do, Kenny? I mean, you watch Derek Jeter up there. It's fastball, 98, 99, and then he drops 2 nasty breaking balls.
Those 2 were nasty. Quick with a sharp break.
And he strikes him out. Yankees are down to their final out.
19 of his last 32 outs have been strikeouts. Didn't waste much time with Granderson. 3 pitches. And that was right down the middle. Just said, see if you can hit it.
It comes down to Alex Rodriguez against Craig Kimbrel to continue the Yankee winning streak. Alex 0 for 3 with a walk. And a breaking ball. If he's going to get that breaking ball over, you really have very little chance. And the 0-1. Popped up. Right field. And the second baseman, Ugla, makes the play in foul territory, and the Yankees lose the game 4-3. Their 10-game winning streak is over. The Yankees certainly had their opportunities, had a couple of runners thrown out at home plate, and they simply do not get it done as the Braves break the Yankees' 10-game streak, and it's the first National League East team to beat the Yankees in interleague play this year. We've got a bunch of awards to give out. Again, the final score, Braves 4, Yankees 3. We'll be back in a moment right here on My 9.